this week, PlayStation Plus has just launched their new subscription tiers. We have Essential, Extra, and Premium. And James, the big debate is it worth it? The Premium tier, the Extra tier, or the Essential tier? Tell me which one you're currently subscribed to. If you give a rundown, give a little rundown, James, about what these tiers' different offerings are.
PlayStation Essential. PlayStation Plus Essential. This is what you already have if you've been a PlayStation Plus subscriber for a while. You get your games a month, you get your discounts, you get all the other things that PlayStation Plus allows you to do historically,
Yep.
like play with friends. You get like
Free
in-game help, tips,
couple
like
games a
stuff like
month.
that. Games
Yeah.
per month, all those things. PlayStation Plus Extra. You get all of that. Plus, on top of that, you get, I think, do you get an extra game per month?
No, it's
No,
just
you
the
don't get an
you
extra
get the
game per month.
library.
You just get the library. So you get
Yeah.
the library of PlayStation, I don't know what they're called, just like of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games that they have
Yes.
available to you, the player. To as long as you're a subscriber, you can download them and play
Yes.
them on your PlayStation. That's how I got Death Stranding. Ghost of Tsushima director's cut is also on there.
So
Among
you upgraded.
I upgraded to extra.
Extra.
I upgraded to
Okay.
extra. And now
Yes.
on top of that is the PlayStation Plus Premium, which Vin subscribed to. And the PlayStation Plus
No,
Premium,
I'm not. I'm
oh,
not. We'll
you are
talk about
not.
that in a second. I don't
Okay.
subscribe to that yet. Yeah.
PlayStation Plus Premium is the step above. So, in addition to everything that I just listed, you also have access to PlayStation 2, 3, and I think there's some PlayStation 1 classics on
Yeah, there's like
there.
Tekken from the
Yeah.
PS1. It's
Okay.
very small. Yeah,
So
the
it's very
library for
small,
that.
but you have a small collection of both downloadable and streamable games. PlayStation 3 games are all streamable. The rest
Yes.
are downloadable, and they're going to be continuing to add to that library as time goes on. So you get PlayStation
Yeah.
4, 5, 3, 2, and 1 games in that collection,
Plus some demos for certain
plus
games.
demos for certain games.
Yeah. Now, so James, tell me why you upgraded to the extra tier.
I upgraded to the extra tier because it fit my gaming preferences. I was talking
Sure.
to Gabe about this. Gabe is very much a completionist. He gets a game, he runs through a game, 100%s it, or completes it, puts it away, onto the new game. I have
Sure.
ADHD. I'm much more sporadic in my
Bouncing.
gaming consumptions. I'm bouncy. I bounce around. I like to.
Yep.
I have certain tastes. I got that the go gamer juice. It tells me I need to play
Sure.
this
Sure.
game, and I go and play that
Yeah.
game. And I say, you know
Uh-huh.
what? I don't feel like playing that game. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna move on over to another game.
Sure.
And so I wanted a subscription that tailored to that in me, as sort of like PlayStation Game Pass, if you will, where I can pick up and drop games as I please and have a
Yeah.
wide variety of games to do so. And there were games in that collection that didn't justify I couldn't justify buying outright,
Totally. Yeah.
like games like Ghost of Tsushima or Death Stranding that I said, I don't know if I'm going to really enjoy these games. I don't want to commit to paying a hefty
Yeah.
price tag, even on a sale, like a 35, 40 for Ghost of Tsushima or like
Yeah.
a 30 for Death Stranding. And that's $50 together. I don't want to pay $50. I don't
You
want
can
to
get
drop
a
50 on
half a
these
year
games.
for $50, or more than half a
Exactly.
year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm going to make a commitment to run through them.
Yes.
That's another thing. So I said, you know what? I think it's going to be worth it for me to, take advantage of a lot of these
Yeah.
games and be able to dip into more than I usually would not be able to. Things that I've been thinking about, like, hey, like, oh, like for example, Hotline Miami 2. That was a game that I just like having. I just
Yeah.
like to jump into that game and run through a few rounds and have some fun and dip out, but I didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
And in another way I am paying for it, but in another way I'm not paying for it. So I
Sure.
wanted to have that on the side there for me to have access to, and that's why I upgraded.
Now tell me why the extra $2 a month was not worth it for you to go premium.
Because at that point, I think it was just so much content that I would not be taking advantage of. There wasn't
Yeah.
enough in those collections that I saw myself playing.
Sure. Absolutely. I think this is kind of where I'm at right now is I don't I think that extra tier is great. I think the games library is big, and I can't wait to see what more they bring to it. I think premium has a lot of room for growth, which is cool too. They could
Mm-hmm.
surprise you with some new offerings every month, which they say. I mean, every month on the podcast, we talk about, oh, coming to Xbox Game Pass. We have like 10 games we usually list or something like
Yep,
that. That's going to be happening to PlayStation Plus. They have to. They don't have a
they
choice. They
have to.
have to be
Yeah,
doing that. They've promised it. And so then I might see myself upgrading, but right now I have so much that I do own that is in my backlog where it's like I could pay for this right now, but I don't know if I'll jump between games right now. So I'm going to wait until that time when I do feel like I can and subscribe. And I would subscribe for the year, like if I really think so, because if I really think I'm going to use it, because it is a lot cheaper. You're spending like half as much money or
Yep.
something like that by not paying monthly. But I would check if you have PlayStation right now and you already subscribe to the Essential. You can see how much it is to upgrade your account until your next billing cycle, and that's a cheaper thing. Like for my next billing cycle, it's in September. So for $17 right now, I can upgrade to premium until September. Which yes, it's just a couple months, but that might be worth it for me to check out a couple games and see if I want to continue that. So
Right.
that's a great option that they offer. But at the end of the day, it's like it's your kind of your preference for playing games will decide if you upgrade or not. I don't
Right.
think it's a bad offering. I don't recommend not upgrading, you know what I mean? But just it depends on how you play games.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if going to that premium tier, if you really enjoy classics and there are games like, oh, I wish I could go back and play this, or if there was a lot of games that you like missed out on, I don't know if
Yeah.
they have the catalog to justify that sort of, oh, I want to go back and play these games that I missed out on. Some of them are in there, but
Yeah.
if you really want that experience, like you're really into classic games, and say there's a month where I'm like, I want to go back and I want to play all the games that I missed
Yeah.
out on growing up. I don't think the catalog is is
No,
there yet for that sort of player.
I don't think
But
so either.
at one point, I think it might be.
Yeah.
But I think at that point, if I had that thing, I would just upgrade for the month or
Yes.
whatever,
Yeah.
and then go and do that. It's more this where I'd like to chill in the extra lane, and then
Mhm.
if there's some promising games in the premium tier, I would upgrade maybe for the month
Yeah.
and then go back
Right.
to my year-long PlayStation Extra
Right.
subscription.
Which is really not that much more expensive than the other one. It's $20 more, correct, for the entire year, I
Yeah.
think. It's not too bad. So yes, if you're looking for something where a lot of offerings on games you've missed, games you want to catch up on, and things like that, extra might definitely be the two.
Do you think premium needs more features to justify the price?
No, I just think it's thin on the features that it has. I think people want premium to have day one. I think that would be
I
a
think that
gigantic
would
selling
be
point.
a great selling point.
Yeah, we already know Jim Ryan said they don't need to do that. That's what they said because they're like, we have enough people buying our PlayStation games. We don't need to offer on day one. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I'd like
think
the
that's why
day
Game
one.
Pass is competitive.
Right. But this is why I like owning the first party games. Like
Mhm.
specifically the first party games. I have a lot of them, not all of them. But I like collecting the steel books so much. Um and so like that would not it's
See,
cheaper. It'd be cheaper to do
I
premium.
think you're in the minority though
I am. I
on
totally am.
that. You
You're
know what I
right.
mean? And so I think for a
Yeah.
vast majority of audiences, I don't think like for me, I'm hitting like a sort of like minimalism thing where like I don't want to own
Yep.
shit. Like I hate
Right.
taking physical media with me when I travel. See,
The
if
Series
I'm
S is
packing up,
for you.
I'm going to NYU. So I'm like I have I'm trying to take one, maybe two suitcases. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all my
That's
shit.
insane.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
so I'm like, man, I don't want to have to worry about buying 3, 4, 5 games that I could
No.
otherwise have access to on PlayStation
Digital.
Extra.
100%. I totally hear you. But guys, let us know what you're subscribing to or if you're not subscribing at all. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch this entire podcast, you become a member right here on the channel or check it out for free on audio platforms. It should say it right above our heads right here. Thanks for checking out Strictly Casual. And if you want to check out all of our Summer Games Fest and Xbox conference, check it out on the channel right now. Appreciate you guys. See you next time.
Peace.